Hey insiders, if you have been following the 2025 track and field season, you should know by now that things are getting pretty hot in the female arena. So far this season, we have seen 6 female athletes clocking 1080 or lower, and an insane number of 19 females already running below 11 seconds. And maybe by the time you are seeing this video, that number could well have drastically increased. If these figures or times are anything to go by, then by all indications, by the ending of this season, some monstrous races and times could go down in the history books. June 1, 2025, the track and field world was left stunned as the new United States rising sensation Melissa Jefferson ate up the track in total domination at the Grand Slam track in Philadelphia.
That is a legal win. That is incredibly quick. The fastest.
She ran a blazing new world lead of 10.73 seconds while running against a very strong field. She pocketed hundreds of thousands of dollars to sweeten her victory. Jefferson's sensational 10.73 seconds propelled her to being the 10th fastest female athlete of all times, just 1/100th of a second outside of the time that won last year's Olympic 100 meter final. And the personal best of the 8th fastest woman ever, Julian Alfred, of course, who is also the #1 ranked female in the 100 meters currently. Jefferson's emergence has injected new life in the sprints as the more senior athletes are now forced to bring their A game. She has been steadily rising and is improving in almost every race, and she just seriously announced herself as one of this year's favorite, and everyone has taken note, even Julian Alfred, the Olympic 100 meter champion. Speaking of Julian Alfred, she didn't just take note, she responded. On Sunday, June 16 at the Olympia Stadium, Stockholm, Sweden, we saw one of the most mind-blowing races of the 2025 track and field season, which we could say was equally exciting as the performance that was laid down by Melissa Jefferson. We saw total dominance that was worthy of an Olympic champion. Now, leading up to this Diamond League race, we saw Julian Alfred opening her 2025 campaign with a series of races across multiple disciplines. She participated in the 4x400 meters, the 400 meters, the 300 meters, the 200 meters, and of course the 100 meters. What was really striking about this was not the number of distances that she took part in, but the number of races she won. In 7 races, Julian Alfred did not lose a single race irrespective of who her competition was. She was cruising as possibly the favorite going into this year's World Championships until Melissa Jefferson had something to say about it. This brings us to Julian's Stockholm race. It is race time. In last Sunday's Diamond League 100 meters, we saw Julian Alfred making a strong statement that she must never be underestimated. We had a very exciting lineup with the likes of Dina Asher-Smith, Marie-José Tallot-Smith, and Daryl Neita, among other exciting young sprinters. The starter's pistol went off, and Julian Alfred, with a pretty decent start, powered her way out of the blocks. She was almost matched stride for stride by Dina Asher-Smith, who also had a very good start, but just around the 50 meters mark, things started changing. Julian started separating herself from the rest of field, stamping her class and dominance, clocking 10.75 seconds, the second fastest time for the 2025 track and field season. The speed and form Julian Alfred displayed in that race was insanely menacing, but that's not the only scary thing about her race. Taking a closer look at the last 15 meters of the race revealed Julian Alfred cutting back her speed as she closed in on the finishing line. It appears she could have probably gone closer to 10.71 or 10.72, and that right there, my friends, tells us that Julian Alfred is no joke. With at least 3 months to go before the World Championships, it's scary what Julian Alfred will be able to accomplish. With all that is happening, she could be aiming to end this season unbeaten or close to being unbeaten. From this point onward, it's going to be very interesting to see what the other big name sprinters bring to the table. Can Sha'Carri or Shericka show up? Will Elaine Thompson here or Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce surprise the crowd? These are some very interesting and important questions, but unfortunately, only time will be able to answer those questions. If you have watched the video until this point in time and you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and continue to tune in for more exciting commentary on what is happening in track and field in 2025. That's where we call it for this one.